Reiki blessings, everyone. Every once in a while, I get the urge to make a video about something Spirit is whispering in my ear about, and then this feeling that I need to share it because it may make somebody else think about something in a new way. And I don't even know what I'm going to say right now, but I've been thinking about this concept about that in life you're either building things or you're breaking them. And traditionally we would think that when you're building something, it means that that's good, that you're evolving, you're making progress, you're being creative, and that if you're breaking something, that you're destroying it, you're ruining it. And I just think that sometimes it does fit the traditional mold, and we have to look at every single thing that we're doing in life and say to ourselves, am I building something here that is adding to my life, that is making my life more joyful, more creative, more passionate, brightening my life, creating more abundance in my life, creating more connection between myself, my loved ones, my community, or am I making choices? Because every choice is our choice, and that actually is our superpower, which is one of the things I've heard Spirit say to me over and over again, that if you want a superpower, realize you already have it, and that is that you always have the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose how you perceive, how you react, how much you give of yourself, how much you set boundaries, all kinds of choices. But and then we think that breaking something means that we're destroying and that we're ruining something. And I guess my thought today was that I was going to talk about that building is better than breaking. But as I'm talking now, I realize that they're both productive in some sense, as long as your end goal is that you are coming from your higher self, that you're living from your higher self, and that you're in touch with that, and you're making choices that are advancing you, evolving you, expanding you, growing you, choices that come from love and goodness and kindness, not choices that come from selfishness or confusion or frustration or anger or fear. So probably what's worse than breaking something would be doing nothing at all, making no choice, staying status quo, where you're almost like in this eddy, this pool that just never has any growth or change, and it just goes round and around and around and around, and eventually it starts to grow bacteria and fungus and such, because it's never good, since we come to a planet where we have so much possibility for experiencing life, that we would not take that opportunity to experience. And sometimes our experiences and the choices that we make maybe are not the best choice in the moment, but in the long run, the goal is that you will never be punished for that choice, because you were brought to a planet where you are allowed to experience everything and where you were given free will. So no, you will not be punished or looked down upon. But the end goal is really not about how you're seen, or that you're perfect when you cross over to the pearly gates, or whatever you want to call it, the other side of the veil, but that the end goal is that whatever choices you're making, whether they are building or breaking you and people you love in the moment, and your life and their life, is that if it brings you to the point of seeing something in a new way, seeing somebody else in a new way that you never thought you could see them, seeing yourself in a new way, trying something new, then it's really not bad if you're breaking something down. And sometimes we're also building something that we think is good for us, that we think is productive, that we think is our passion and our joy. And we're not realizing that by building that little world, that we are taking away from something else in our life that needs attention and focus and clarity. So both, what I'm hearing Spirit say is that both building and breaking, sorry, I'm just trying to fix something on my little goddess circle that my husband made me. Hopefully I got the camera on there. Anyway, you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to always be in motion. And movement is life. And we see that all around us in nature. And that's why we need to move our bodies. And we need to move our perspectives, and we need to move our choices, and we need to move our reactions When we notice that something in life is just not working for us, then it's time to realize we need to go in a different direction. You never stay in something where you're just stuck in a rut, you're stuck in an eddy, you're stuck in a mud pool. Yeah. So I guess I will do this, and you can try it too, which is to think about over the course of your life times that you have been building something up and how that situation actually led to some great change and growth for you and transformation, and other times in your life where you were building something up and it actually was destroying things in your life. It was harming things in your life. It was hurting other people or yourself. It was causing suffering. And the same thing with breaking things down. There might have been times that you had to break something, you had to surrender it, you had to let it go. Those are three different concepts. They can be commingled. I'm not saying that they're the same thing. But sometimes we break something up, whether it be a relationship or a relationship with an addiction or an obsession, or a job that's really providing a lot of money but not providing a lot of inner growth. I'm sure you can think of a lot of different situations in your life where you break something and you realize that there were pros and cons that came from it. And same thing with building something. So it's just an interesting thought. And I guess the important thing is to think about these things, to ponder these things, to muse on these higher principles. Because I think it's when we get rote in life that we start to get stuck in our little grid, our little pathway, our little pattern, and we don't really see how that's affecting our life or the other people in our life, because truthfully, we do have to consider the other people in our life. If we say that we care about them and we love them and we want what's best for them, we have to listen to them. We have to listen to what their needs are, what their boundaries are, and we have to find a way to come to some sort of compromise that's going to work for both parties. And in your life in general, you have to come to compromises with your time, your energy, your direction, your focus, your clarity. Because all of these things, these deep, deep concepts, which are not just words from the dictionary, but are actually very, very deep spiritual concepts, they are the building blocks of the life that we create, and not just the life that we create in this body, in this lifetime, but the life that we continue to build upon lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime, because each lifetime has new lessons, new experiences that we then kind of put in our spiritual suitcase. I never heard that term before. I don't know. It just came out of me. I think that's kind of funny, because here we are. We're carrying that little suitcase around, and it's filled with everything that we are, everything that we've built, everything we've broken, every place that we got stuck. And it all matters. It all matters if in the end we unpack that suitcase and we're able to really go into that mode of self-discovery and self-exploration and really look at where did all of these things, situations, people, relationships, because we are always in relationship with something on planet Earth. It's all about relationships, and we learn through our relationship with people, events, situations, jobs, hobbies, or creativity, whatever. We're always in relationship with something. If we're not, we're dying, because we are meant to be in relationship so that we have a mirror in order to look at and to reflect for each other. So the whole point is that hopefully all of this brings us back to a place of compassion for each other and growth, and that we're walking that path and walking each other home. I know that helped me today, so I hope it helped you. Reiki blessings.